It feels so good to be back. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to Say What, Say It Again. I'm filling in for your man Ty Rach, your man Eric Wilson from the Sports Arena Sideline Sports Network. But I am so thankful and blessed to be a part of Say What, Say It Again. So much fun last week that we're going to rock it again this week. Let's go ahead and get the entire crew in here. First off, I got to start with my man, Mr. 2 and 0, and the best segment in all the podcasts, Mr. Avery Graves in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, 2-0. How
Yes,
does
sir.
it feel
It
dominating last night?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, especially when you go up against a guy that some people like to call first cousins, but he been 2-10 now in
He's
primetime matchups. So
15 cousins. I don't know.
yeah,
I know. I don't know. I don't know how he's eating my cousin, but go ahead.
let's go ahead and get our associate, if you will. That is the 1-1 Dallas Cowboys own Mr. James Smith is in the building. He's out of witness protection this week. You ain't at a restaurant, James, and you got decent Wi-Fi this week. So we hoping.
Do you see the difference? They win a game. Now
Mhm.
he's stationary, but they
Right.
lose a game. He has everything to do. This is crazy. This is crazy. See what I'm saying?
Yes. But I will ask you, James, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm well.
Eric came on the show singing, man. Had me rolling, man.
I did it. Yeah, it feels good. Listen, I love this show. Okay. Say what, say it again. That's my home way for y'all. My home way from home.
Appreciate it, man.
For real. Now let me get the most level-headed man in here, but I know he's feeling kind of right now because his team is 2-0.
What's up, 2-0, baby?
What's up, Chuck?
Man.
It's like Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other.
Glad to be a part of the club, man.
Hey, man, congratulations.
I hate y'all, man. I hate for real, man. America, you see what I go through, man.
They don't hear you off.
least,
They don't hear you off the camera, man. I guarantee.
We got a special guest in the building. Sports and culture media journalist joining us. Had the pleasure of hanging out with her at the Black Sport Business Symposium. Miss Alise Robinson in the building. Good evening, madam. How are you?
Good evening, everybody. I'm well. How are you?
Right.
Listen, we blessed. I can't say the same for you and Mr. Harris up there, but we thankful to be here. So
He pushed my levels, man. Like
Y'all just take every Cowboys fan and want to group them together. I can probably assure you that we're not as alike as you think.
Oh, okay. So you real about your team. Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you.
That'll be the
Preach
one
it.
out. That'll be one out of
there they go.
15 million.
Exactly.
Yes. All right, y'all. We got a jam-packed show. Let's get to it. So the first thing I want to ask y'all about, we're gonna do some say what power rankings, and we're gonna start with our guest, Alise Robinson. So Alise, let me ask you, if you had to give me your 5 best teams after 2 weeks in, which teams would they be?
Okay. It's no particular order.
No particular order.
Just 5 teams that have stood out from the games that I've seen. I gotta give the Bills their credit. The Bills have been dominant both weeks. So, especially defending with the defending champs. So the Bills are obviously going to be up there. Philadelphia has been a lot more consistent than I thought they would have been. But Jalen Hurts has weapons now, and he's been very consistent. So he's in the list. They're in the list. Miami has been pretty surprising for me. But Tua, he also has Tyreek Hill now, who frees up Jalen Waddle. So they're both pretty speedy. The Chiefs, but they're Chiefs. And then my last team for now, just again through 2 weeks, I'm gonna give it to the Giants, but I'm not sure how that's gonna hold up. But that's another conversation for later.
Okay. All right. So it's the first 2 weeks. We've seen a lot. So Chuck, what about you, man?
I can't really disagree with her list. If we just basing it off 2 games, I think he kind of got to go with those 5. If you just basing it off 2 games, I'm impressed by the Giants. They're not turning the ball over right now, which is always their issue. Barkley looks great, so I think they're headed in the right direction. I'm very proud of my team. Just Tua showing growth. The way he came back on Baltimore, being down like that, he could have easily, gave up on that game. And not continue to fight. So I'm real proud of him right now. So, I've always been a just tough critic, but right now I'm proud of the way he's playing. I agree with the Bills are just, like I said, to me, they're is theirs to lose this year, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. It's theirs to lose, but unfortunately, it sounds crazy for me to say that, but I'm going to rock with Mahomes until they beat them. So the Chiefs, of course. And the last one was your Eagles. Jalen Hurts is really showing what I thought he had all along. I really thought this is what he could be. He's one of those players where you just got to take the ropes off and just let him play. He's one of those type of guys. To me, you just got to live or die with whatever the results are. You live or die with it. But I think he always had the potential to really be great. He has a lot of intangibles. So I don't disagree with her 5. I think right now, 2 games in, I don't think you can choose nobody else, in my opinion. So that's the 5 I go with.
I got a surprise for y'all, but I'm gonna save mine. Let me get 2-0 Avery Graves in here because I gotta. He's shaking his head a little bit. I think he might have a little shake up there. But Avery, go ahead, man. What's your 5?
I'm really shaking my head at the Acorn dude with that Dallas hat. But that's neither here nor there. I'll get him later. I'm actually gonna go. I think Buffalo's number 1. The Chiefs are number 2. And the only way I put Buffalo. No, they said the Chiefs.
They both said the Chiefs.
They just didn't put it in no order.
Right.
But I think the way they just murdered. I mean, Buffalo, they still looking for Tennessee. So in Buffalo, they still looking for them. Like the police is out there looking for the whole. Come on. I mean, this is ridiculous. Jalen Hurts, when you have a number 1, shoot, you got a 1B, we got a 1A and 1B.
Yep.
You can do magical things. Tua the same way. Waddle's wide open. You got Tyra here to take the lid off. And Waddle's not no slow dude either. Boom. So you got them 3. So I'm going to go Bills, Chiefs, Miami. Who am I missing? Philly. Bills, Chiefs, Miami, Philly. And I'm actually going – I'm not going to go to New York. I'm still not impressed with Daniel Jones. Like, he's really not giving me anything. Did you see the Panthers? Like, I'm happy I'm 2-0, but we got out of there. Like my fantasy this week, I got to win. We escaped, okay? So I'm cool with that, but I'm either – I'm in hard on Herbert because he keep losing Mahomes, but I'm putting these 2 in there. I'm still high on Baltimore. They should have never lost that game, and I'm high on the Chargers. They bounced back, and they played an excellent game against the Chiefs. So I'm not going to get off the – you know what I'm saying? So those are my 2 and my 5. I know I named 6. But I'm not going to put my team in there because of the quarterback play. I'm just still not impressed.
Okay.
And we don't have no receiver. Like, we don't have enough money. We play Galladay all that money, and his career's still over. He got 2 snaps. 2.
All right. James, who you got, man?
Okay, of course, everybody got the Bills at 1. I would say the Chiefs is at 2. I got the Eagles. The Eagles been playing really good. I had to give you some credit, man. Now, y'all defense really surprised me against Minnesota. I didn't think y'all defense was gonna do that against Minnesota the way they did Jefferson. Slade, he was on them, man. So, and then y'all got Bradbury over there to help him out. So, like, it's it's a tough.
Thank you, Avery. Thank you, Avery, for that.
You're welcome.
Against Minnesota, so I got them at 3. Actually, at 4, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because of their defense. Their defense right now is lights out. Them boys came to play them cornerbacks back this year, so their defense is ready. Their offense is still shaky right now. I think it'll come along later on down the road, but their offense is looking shaky.
Everybody hurt.
Yeah, and I got the Miami Dolphins, man. And because Tyreek Hill and Tyreek Hill Jr., man, right now, them boys going off.
Man, it's getting ugly out there, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's getting ugly out there.
But I agree with you, Avery, with the Chargers and Baltimore. They're right there. And the Giants, not quite yet because they had some close calls, really, like that Tennessee game, field goal, and then I guess field goal battle with Carolina. But
for sure,
the Chargers and Baltimore right there.
So my 5, and I mean, I'm just going. I feel the same way that everybody here on Say It Again feels. Buffalo, Kansas City, and I'm gonna show a lot of love to Miami. I'm gonna do it on this show because I damn sure ain't gonna do it on my show because John will just talk my ear off about it.
He will.
But I will give Miami some love because we talk about, can a player transition from one team to another and make an instant impact? Tyreek Hill has done that. Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, is the reason why they were able to beat Baltimore on Sunday. At number 4, yes, I'm biased. I will definitely say for the first 2 weeks, my team has showed up on both sides of the ball. And even
Why you
though
biased?
Detroit put 35 on my defense in week 1, we still were able to find a way to get a W. Now, number 5, and this may shock a couple people, but I'm staying locally. And, listen, I got love for Tampa, but I still have too many question marks with their offensive line and the weapons that are injured, not playing.
That's my
I'm
problem.
actually going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars at number 5. Here's my reason why. You played Washington in week 1, and you almost came away with that victory, which I know isn't saying much, but for you then in your home opener to shut out the Indianapolis Colts, a team that has been running the AFC South for over a decade, they got nothing. When Jonathan Taylor, Naheem Hines, Matt Ryan, none of them could put up points on the board. It was a true testament to Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence working themselves and getting that chemistry together. So out of 2 weeks, and listen, I got so much love for the Giants because, like I say, as long as it ain't the Cowboys, I don't care. I got a lot of love for Tampa. I do, but I still have question marks because we don't know when Godwin's coming back. Mike Evans got suspended for a game. There's too many emotions going on that team. They need to just, I don't know, go to a spa, relax, do something. But they're just not the Tampa team that we know. That defense is the reason they're winning. When I'm looking at teams that are successful after the first 2 weeks, I look at both sides of the ball. So that's why those are my 5: Buffalo, Kansas City, Miami, Philly, and I'm giving a nod to Jacksonville.
I really didn't see that one coming. He caught me with that one. I ain't see that.
He sounded like Mike and John on his show. He sounded like you really came with the Jacksonville Jaguars, really for real. Come on, Eric. Come on, man. Come on.
I did. Avery.
They always hold on. They always beat Indy. They always beat them at home. They always beat. That's not shocking. Always.
But the way they've played with a first year, even though Doug has had head coaching experience, he didn't coach the last year.
Come on, man.
I mean, so now he's back. You're working with a Christian Kirk. You're talking about wide receivers who got paid a lot of money. Christian Kirk got a stupid amount of money and finally decided to show up.
I got you, Eric. Just give him 6-7 weeks. We can come back to this.
Okay, fine.
Come on.
All right. I'm just saying, out of 2 weeks, I just feel like they are a team that in 6-7 weeks we gonna be talking about on a serious level.
And I'm cool, but they better than the Chargers and Baltimore. Come on.
Look, I love Lamar, but my problem with Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens right now, it's not Lamar, it's that defense.
Okay. I was about to say, and Lamar did nothing wrong in that game.
No, he didn't. It's the defense. That's my problem. And like I said, when I look at it, I look at both sides of the ball. And with the Chargers, yes, I know he plays Patrick Mahomes twice a year. Mm-hmm. But you have got to get over that hump, young man.
You do.
That's and you still haven't done it. So I can't right now, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Sorry. I'm
with you, Chuck. I just
look at it like this. I know one man is not a 24-point differential, but the fact that Pittman didn't play that game, it allowed them to key in on, really, really key in on Taylor and really key in on – they was able to take them out the game because you don't have no other threat on the outside at all. Pittman, now, I ain't saying they would have won the game, but I don't quite think that game would have been that easy to defend them if he's there, because that opens up your running game a little bit. He's a long ball threat, all that. The first week he played, you see, it is what it is. So I'm not saying they would have beat him, but I think we have to keep stuff like that, in our minds when certain people don't play. Like Tampa Bay, I agree with you guys, and I never disrespect them, but they honestly, if they're fully healthy, shoot, they're probably in our top 5.
Oh yeah.
So I think when you're missing pieces and when pieces don't play and when all of those things contribute to wins and losses, we got to keep that in mind. Now Jacksonville looks good. I'm happy for them. So the way they've been looking, they've been looking about like us. So I'm happy for them. I know me and Avery were very high on Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson. So I'm happy for the direction they're going. But I think I'm kind of with Avery, and I agree with what you're saying. But I think I need to see them beat somebody else first. I guess.
Okay, well, their next matchup is against the Chargers. So
There you go.
listen,
That's good.
Well, Herbert's not
if they
100%.
play, that's gonna be a good one.
But no, we don't know how Herbert Ribs is. He's hurt. He's hurt.
Oh,
Yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
what
We still can't say that. So
so we don't know if
What?
will Mike Williams,
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen,
Keenan
thank you.
Allen.
right.
Yeah.
So they might be. Hey,
But I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one thing before you move on.
Sure.
I'll tell you one thing. A lot of teams looking bad without that number one receiver.
yeah.
Yes.
Facts.
Yeah. So let's get to our next topic. Speaking of quarterbacks, which one impressed y'all the most? James, which quarterback impressed you the most this week?
I will go the easy answer with Tua, but I'm gonna say Lamar Jackson. And it's two of them I got. Lamar Jackson and your quarterback. They impressed me. They really impressed me the most, especially coming out in the first half, the way they was accurate with the ball. Of course, Lamar Jackson always does his thing, but I didn't expect him to be this accurate in the beginning of the season this game coming out. And especially your quarterback too. He's been blowing up. He's been doing his job. Like I picked less on him fantasy points. The first half, he went off. How many incompletions he had in the first half? One, maybe one, two.
Yeah.
One incompletion in the first half. So yeah, Jalen Hurts and of Lamar Jackson, those two. But Tua just had a good quarter, a great quarter, really. But I'm gonna say those two.
James, I never thought I would do this, but I'm gonna return the favor. And the quarterback that impressed me the most was your quarterback, your backup, Cooper Rush. He never let the game get too big for him.
Yeah.
And he was able to secure the victory for your team at a time where after 1 week in Dak's injury, everybody wrote y'all off already. But I'm going to show love, and I'm doing it here tonight. The one that impressed me the most was Cooper Rush. Alise, who you like?
He's so happy. He don't know what to do with himself right now.
No, bro. I never got a compliment from anybody.
Hey, Chuck, this is crazy, bro. Bro, clapping about Cooper Rush was just complaining just a week ago. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Creole,
keep going, Eric.
Alise, which quarterback impressed you the most this week?
I gotta go with James on this one. Jalen Hurts really did his thing, just because, like I said, I focus a lot on the Eagles just because they're in the division. So last year he was, like I said earlier, inconsistent. But to see the way he played and was on fire pretty much the whole game, but especially in the first half, he was just going and going and going, and it seemed like everything was clicking for him. So he was the most impressive. Cooper Rush did what he did, but then Dallas was being typical. Dallas, that third quarter was like horrible. You know, it was just punt, fumble, whatever. So I really didn't know how that game was going to go. But in the end, he kind of did step up to the plate, and he got them exactly where they needed to be. And that was just a blessing from God himself on that field goal to end the game. So Cooper Rush, but he did do his thing. But my number one quarterback that impressed me the most was definitely Jalen Hurts. So,
Avery, I see your wheel spinning up there, bro. Who you got? Who impressed you the most this week?
I mean, Tua had one good quarter, and really, I don't think Tua threw the ball accurate, but it was more the two receivers blowing by the whole Baltimore defense. So, I mean, I ain't really, but Tua's fine. But I'm going Jalen Hurts. I mean, clearly, you've seen what happened. First cousin came to 7 cousins, and Jefferson couldn't be found, and it was bad. I mean, Slade did whatever he wanted to do. Hurts, maybe saw that one run. He was about to stop to go out of bounds, and he said, "Oh, I can slide in." And he got a 30-yard run, 3rd and 2, got a 30-yard run touchdown. I said, "Oh, he mean business." And then when he did that dance and then weighed it off, I said, "Oh yeah, that's the 26-2 Hurts for Alabama." Yeah. So I'm with Hurts.
Okay. Chuck.
I'm gonna go left, and this person actually lost. I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert for this reason. For you to get hit like that and get hurt like that in that game, and for you refuse to come out that game, and for you to still come down and you try to run and you can't even throw the ball. He was trying to run one possession and couldn't even pick his arm up to throw the ball, and you still come down and score a touchdown and still put your team in position to possibly win that game. That was amazing to me.
That was amazing.
That just showed that I already had him high because we already know what he's capable of. But now you know the heart. Now you know the passion he has for it. Now you know he's for real. He wants to win. That was just like that. That made my weekend. I was very impressed. because like I said, you get the ball again, who knows, hurt or not. So I'm gonna just go a little left with it. I agree with all you guys. Like I don't disagree with nothing, but I just have to give him props for that, for being able to try to pull that game off when you can barely even hardly throw the ball. So I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert for that reason.
And give Jimmy G his love.
Facts. Agreed.
Give him his love.
Agreed.
Yeah, Jimmy G definitely deserves a shout because and prayers to Trey Lance that young man could come back. I don't want this young man's career to be over before it starts. So I hope that he is on a way to a healthy and speedy recovery. But Jimmy G coming in and just, you got paid $6.5 million to be a backup. You accepted that, and now you put your team in a position to make you a contender in not only your division but in the NFC. So we'll see. So, all right, man, let's keep it going here on Say What, Say It Again. Our next topic centers around our guests, Alise Robinson and Mr. James Harris. Y'all are 1-1 right now. So the question basically needs to be asked: can the Dallas Cowboys keep themselves afloat until Rain Dakota Prescott comes back? And I'm going to go ladies first on this one. At least, can your Cowboys, looking at your schedule, because, Jerry is saying he'll be back in, now 3 weeks. I say don't rush him back and make that injury re-injure, that thumb. But what are your thoughts on your team right now, and can they stay afloat?
I think that Michael Parsons and the defense can do what they have to do to give the offense their position to win, because they're explosive, and the defensive front anyways. The secondary is, everybody knows how that is. Trayvon Diggs, I don't know, based off of 2 weeks, can't really say whether he's been more consistent or not, but he did have that big hit last week that really saved the game, in my opinion. But I think that as long as the defense does what they have been doing, they held Tom Brady again to only 1 touchdown like they kind of did last year. It was really, they did better than what the average football fan would assume that Dallas would do against these high-powered teams. As far as the offense goes, if Cooper Rush can stay and improve like he's been doing, then I think that they can. But if, the offensive line goes down, or if you got CD, or if Noah starts to drop passes, then it's not really going to go that well. Unless the defense starts scoring on turnovers, that may help. But if they don't, then it's going to be kind of hard for them to stay on track. And as far as Dak coming back, I personally don't think he needs to be rushed back either. He's kind of, as other people have been calling him, soft, but it's like you got to make sure everything's completely healed, not just being able to grip a football, but can you play a full 4-quarter game without being hurt? You don't want to tweak the ankle. You don't want to tweak the thumb. Just come back when you're ready. So I'm not really saying make him wait till after the bye week, but I think he needs to come back at some point, probably mid-October.
Okay. So, James, I'm going to come to you because I'm looking at your schedule. 3 out of your next 4 games are against divisional opponents. You got Monday night against Avery and the Giants. Then you got the Commanders. Then you got the Rams, and you're in SoFi. And then it's you and me, Sunday Night Football in Philly. So just taking those 4 games, knowing that you might not have Dak, can Cooper Rush with CeeDee Lamb, with Zeke and Tony Pollard, can you put enough points on the board to get the W?
I think we can. I really think we can. It always going to start this Monday night against the Giants. If we can beat the Giants and not let them go up 3-0, and then we'll be 1-2, and not let them go 3-0. Then they essentially have like
2-1.
Yeah, we'll be 1-2 if we lose to y'all.
Yes.
Okay. And then y'all be 3-0. Then y'all have a division win, so technically we'll be like 3 games behind. If we could beat them, I think we can get the Commanders. That'll put us in a great spot. The next 2 games after that,
but he should be back by one of those games, right?
Well, if we take the 4 weeks, then Dak should be slated to come back for the Sunday night game against Philly in Philly.
Okay.
I think if we win those 2 games, I think he sits out against that Philly game. And I don't think he'll be back for that game. But we have to win these 2 games right here. These 2 games are the most important. I don't think we're gonna beat the Eagles right now. Our team ain't built to beat the Eagles right now. But I think if we can get the Giants and the Commanders, we'll be fine. Because the Giants, push come to shove, they really ain't that impressive, but they've been winning. The Commanders, I ain't think they was impressive from the beginning. I thought Jacksonville should have won that game. So I think we got a great opportunity. So
Avery, he said he don't think y'all ready for the Dallas Cowboys on Monday night. I'm gonna let you talk to him.
I'm not. I get his point. I'm not gonna get him too hard. He's not really trying to be evil right now. Okay. So I'm gonna give it to him. I mean, I understand it. The way the Titans have been playing, I can see why he says he's not impressed by the Giants. The Titans got blasted last night. We beat the Titans. You know, the Panthers. We ain't saying about that. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, they're the Panthers. Baker Mayfield, whoop de doo. But for the Dallas Cowboys, he's right. If they go down 1-3 and playing the Eagles, I don't see them beating the Eagles. I don't see them beating them. With Dak coming back, I wouldn't even rush him back. If y'all down 1-3, they're going to rush him back.
They got the Rams in there too.
Oh, I forgot about the Rams. No, if they're going 1-4 before the Eagles, they're going to rush Dak back. Let's get that clear. Like, thumb could be falling off and all that. They're rushing them back. So, I mean, this 4-week stretch is critical. They can go 2-2. Yeah. No, I'll say all four. You're playing us, Washington. You're playing the Rams, and you're playing the Eagles. This 4 weeks, this could determine the season.
Yeah, we got to get one of those division games, though.
You're right. You have to find a way. Because like they said, if you got one game, you got your game against the Bengals. They say if you can hold up for that one game, I think you do need one of these division games just to stay close. You don't need the Eagles and the Giants be up 3-4-0.
Right.
Y'all lost to both of them. I think the season pretty much a wrap.
Yeah, it'd be over with there. I really agree with that.
I do agree with you on that, but he's not beating the Giants Monday, so you know he's 1-2.
We're going live. We're gonna be at the bar. We're gonna beat the brakes off y'all.
Yeah, you gonna be at the bar
with you?
How's that gonna happen?
Can Daniel or Michael Parsons though?
Huh?
I got a babysitter.
Can Daniel Jones get a
That's why I asked that.
Hold on. Hold on.
I hear it. Go ahead.
Can Daniel Jones get away from Michael Parsons though?
That's not the issue to me. My issue is can the offensive line stop Michael Parsons? And I don't know. Like, I get your point.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it could
Parsons is an animal.
It could be one of those defensive games where it's the defense against the Giants more so than Cooper Rush against the Giants. You feel me? Like, that's how it's been the last couple of weeks.
For sure.
It's been the opposing offense against Michael Parsons, because without him and the defense feeds off of him. I mean, you got, I don't even know dude's name that got Dorrance Armstrong. I mean, he got a sack in there last week or a couple nights ago, and I think maybe Sam Smith, maybe. Either way it goes, the defense like really goes around how he's playing. And Micah, I mean, he's a young dog. Like he's on fire. If people talking about Micah could possibly get 34 sacks. I don't think that's doable. But then again, it's Michael Parsons, and you never know. It's 17 weeks, got 2 sacks a game, so it's possible. But that's what I think, that with the 4-game stretch, that's going to be everybody's biggest issue. Now, if the offensive line can hold them, then you got yourselves a different ball game. But if not,
I just think this. If we got time, Daniels gets time, we'll be fine. If we line can block a little bit to run the football, we'll be fine. Parsons is going to be Parsons. I mean, you can't stop him. Diggs, he was awesome last week. We know he'll give up 7 receptions for over 100 some. Well, I don't know from our team. I don't know who he's giving up. Galladay, you know what he found. Shepard always injured. We ain't really got a tight end, so I don't know where he get from. I apologize, Tony. He ain't really getting the football, so I don't know. Just give it to Saquon 50 times, and we'll just try that. Okay. So I have no clue.
Chuck, can the Cowboys stay afloat, brother?
I'm gonna be the one to just be straightforward and say I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is because I get it. Their defense, if you're going to bank on their defense getting you there, it's going to be very difficult because of the defenses you're about to play. So the same way we can say, like, Danny Dimes, can he handle? You about to play some defenses that's coming to get rushed. Can he handle it? I don't know if he can. To me, that's my issue. Tennessee, I've never been really that high on their defense. I mean, they have times where they're good and times where they're not. But when I look at the Rams, I know without Von Miller, I get it. But the Rams, when they're going to pressure him, they coming. Philly's coming. Washington, they're not a great team to me, but they're coming. They're going to try to get to him.
Front four.
Right. Green Bay's defense not the greatest, but that line, they got a couple of linebackers and stuff on that Green Bay team. If he's not back, that's going to try to get him. The Giants, y'all have a couple of guys who can get. So my thing is, I'm with y'all. Dallas defense, fine. Because like we said, Parsons going to do his thing. They're going to, Diz going to get after you, all that good stuff. But you're putting stuff on Rush too. So we can say the same thing. Can the other quarterbacks handle y'all, but can y'all quarterback handle them? I don't know if he can. So like certain games, if you tell me, am I going to take Rush? If it comes out in the defenses, Rush over Hurts, I'm taking Hurts. If you ask me Rush over Stafford, I'm taking Stafford. So to me, that's what it's going to boil down to because of who y'all playing. So I just don't think they can, because I think that's too much on your defense to win multiple games without that. That's a lot. I ain't saying that it's impossible. If they do it, cool. But in my opinion, I really don't. I don't think they can. I don't think they will.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I say these first two games are so important, because after these first two games, we play the Rams, then we play the Eagles, and then we play the Lions, and then we play the Bears.
Right.
So if we get these two games, hey, they playing well, but I still think we might can get them. But if we get these two games, maybe lose those two, and those next two after that, I think we can get. So that's 4 out of 2. I mean, 4 out of 6.
But I also worry about your offensive line. So
yeah, but we bringing Peters up too, because we just released a wide receiver. So Jason Peters, hopefully he can help us out.
Cool. I'm worried about your offensive line. I know she was talking about Michael Parsons. You better worry about our rush as well. So
James,
it's the same thing.
James, as someone who knows Jason Peters very well, you're gonna have a lot of neutral zone infractions and offsides, because he like to try and get a jump up on somebody. So be prepared for those 2nd and 15, and
we used to that anyway, bro.
Cowboy regardless.
All right,
we ain't disciplined anyways.
Here's what I'll say going into these next 4 games, and we can throw the Lions in there. These next 5 games, I like what Chuck said, because that got my mind thinking. So now we're talking, and I'll just take it mano a mano. We're talking Micah Parsons versus Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, he got a little bit of speed. Don't know if it's going to be enough. Then I'm talking Micah Parsons versus Carson Wentz. Y'all should win that game.
Right.
Let me be very clear. Then we're talking Micah Parsons versus Matthew Stafford. We don't know the elbow issue, so I'm still a little concerned, but I've seen him over the last 2 weeks be able to get that ball out. And of course, as long as he has Cooper Kupp, he'd be fine. I'm not going to speak on my game because y'all know I'm biased. So I'm going to go on to, that's why I wanted to include the Lions game and say Micah Parsons versus Jared Goff. Jared Goff, I believe in that game, is just going to hand the ball off to DeAndre Swift and let him run through y'all's defense, or find one of the St. Brown brothers and just say, okay, go do your thing. I'm just going to chuck it up there, 50-50 ball, go get it. Do I think you can stay afloat? If I took those 5 games, and I'm being completely unbiased, and I say this, I say you get, I'm going to say you get 2 out of 5. That would put you at 3-4. And I think that's enough to where you remain in the conversation for your quarterback to come back. If you guys hold off Dak coming back until you play Chicago the night before Halloween, the conversation will be relevant. But please believe, if when the Giants beat you, if the Commanders beat you, when the Rams beat you, that October 16th game, as long as we're still playing on the level that I know we can play at, yeah, that's going to be a tall order for y'all. And you come into Philly and it's Sunday Night Football. I'm just saying. I know we got to keep it moving, but I just wanted to get that out.
One more thing. Why it's so important for us to win now? Because it's not like the Giants' schedule, y'all schedules are very hard either. Like, we basically got the same schedules, and it's not that hard. So if we don't get these wins early, like y'all can run off and do y'all thing. So can the Giants, because y'all, like, the Giants playing against who? The Lions, the Texans, the Seahawks. Like, they can win all those games with no problem. So we have to get these games in now. So Yeah.
So Avery, we gonna have one loss each before we get to each other. Is that what he's telling us?
I don't listen to nothing he says. He says a lot of
I was
crazy
trying to give you a
things.
compliment, bro.
Not,
All right, never mind. Then we gonna keep going.
no,
We
no,
gonna keep going.
No. Let him speak.
no,
Before we
I'm
go.
just,
Go ahead.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just, this, I'm sorry, I heard you, but I'm just the stuff that James says at times. I just
See, that's why you can't get nobody 2 victories right there.
you
If
know.
it's somebody 2 victories that never had 2 victories in 8 years.
I'm sorry. I thought you thought no, I wasn't. No, I'm just
Go ahead.
just
Go
listen to
ahead,
James.
Go ahead, E, man. Can't get nobody victories, bro.
All right, man. Let's get to this next topic here. The Bengals and the Titans both are starting the year 0-2. Who's gonna turn it around first? Which team? Chuck, which team's gonna turn it around first? The Bengals or the Titans?
Um,
You want me to come back to
I'm
you,
gonna go.
Chuck?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Titans. I'm gonna go
Okay.
Titans. Because I felt like, and I don't know if Avery remember us having this conversation. Every team always has a good run. They have a year where they have a good run, and we constantly were saying Cincinnati, they just had a good run. And I know preseason when we were coming into the game, a lot of people were saying, y'all sleeping on Cincinnati. I don't feel like we are. They just had they caught fire at the right time, in my opinion. Their defense to me has always been touch and go. Right now, Burrow's got to get himself together. I don't know what's going on with him. But I just feel like, we have certain teams during certain years who have a run, and we expect them automatically to come back the very next year and be great like they were. I don't feel like that what it was, because they very well could have lost to, oh my God, I can't remember who they played
Kansas
first.
City. They could have lost to
Them too. It was the game before that, I think I'm talking
Tennessee.
about. Right. So, because all of those games were very winnable for their opponents. So, I just feel like Tennessee has been there more consistently than Cincinnati has. And when you got Derrick Henry, I'm going most of the time put my money on him to cover live. I feel like he can carry you. So Tannehill plays consistent, not the greatest quarterback in the world, game manager, but he plays consistent. So I honestly think they'll be fine. I think they'll make a push. I don't believe in Cincinnati despite what they accomplished last year. That's just me.
All right. Alise, Miss Sports and Culture Media.
I'm gonna say the same thing. You go with Tennessee only because if you look at their schedule, I think theirs is a bit more easier for them to win. Like they should win the next few games, some of the next few games before Cincinnati wins some of the next of their few games. Like Cincinnati has the Jets. I mean, you never know what could happen with the Jets. Obviously, seeing what happened Sunday. Then they play the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are on their little run, if you will. And then they got Baltimore, and then they may have a game where they can beat the Saints, possibly. And then the game after that, they should beat Atlanta. So they're probably going to get maybe 2 of those next few. But then as far as Tennessee goes, I think they just have a better chance. And then like Chuck was saying about Derrick Henry, I mean, you really can't bet against that man. As long as he can get through the hole, then it's going to be a long game for anybody. So
For me, I have to go to Bengals. I have to disagree with both of you and say the Bengals because everybody talked about the Super Bowl hangover. Listen, you took the Pittsburgh Steelers to overtime, and a botched kick is not something that we're always going to see. Does it happen in the beginning of the year? Yeah, but as the weeks progress, these kickers they get their stride and they're just banging them from 50. So I have full confidence that the Bengals will turn this around. I have said preseason with the weapons that the Tennessee Titans have lost, they have become one-dimensional. You are putting all of your hopes and dreams and wishes and prayers on King Henry being able to run through defenses. And everybody knows you put 8 in the box. Excuse me. And King Henry, if you gonna burn through us, burn through us. But we're not seeing that. So that's why I feel the Bengals being in the division they're in, because listen, Cleveland is unexpected. Okay. Say what you want about Jacoby Brissett, but you still have the best running back tandem in Chubb and Hunt. You still have Njoku. You've got your wide receivers. We know Pittsburgh's going to get it together at some point, and we know what Lamar is capable of. Cincinnati has got to turn it around to remain in the conversation for this season. Avery, who you got?
Well, I was good with you until you started. You answered my own question. I'm going Tennessee, and could be quick. The division sucks.
Mic drop. James Harris, who you got?
I'm with Avery, man. I'm looking at the schedule like they should be in there. Cincinnati's schedule a whole lot harder. So I'm gonna say I think the Titans could turn it around. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: I bet you Titans Saturday they give AJ Brown that money now.
Thank you again. Thank you. I listen. I take it. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to Chuck's choices. Chuck, 2-3 last week, sir.
Ooh, terrible.
5-4 on the season. So here are your choices for the week. Chuck's choices. First off, Bengals versus the Jets.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
Okay. Bills versus the Dolphins.
God, be more careful.
You better answer what I think you should answer.
Hey man, mind your business, man. That ain't a biased pick. You gotta be.
Nah,
gotta
man.
be real.
That's as a fan, like I do.
And like a fan.
That's as a fan, bro.
Man, your team 2-0, the Bills 2-0. Y'all got burners, they got burners. Man, I know. Man, you don't do that. What kind of questions that?
So Eric, you heard it right. So if the Bills win,
ain't no soul.
Blame it on.
I know what I'm going with. I'm not doing this, man.
It's
You
just
pick who you want to
So
do.
right now you play. If you playing the Bills and you pick the Giants, you just lying. Period.
No, I'm
Man,
picking the G man.
No, I don't care.
You picking the G man. Stop it, bro.
If I'm 3-0 and the
G-Man.
Bills 3-0,
Please.
I'm riding.
And you lying.
I'm riding.
I'm sorry, E. My fault. But
Nah,
that's
big
what I
Buffalo.
think
That's who you going for, Buffalo.
I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna go with us for this reason.
Man, bye.
Buffalo they don't have a running game. They don't really have a running game. So
Okay, so you going with the Dolphins. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
So is it Avery winning this week, or is it James and Alise winning this week? Monday Night Football. Who you got?
He know.
You know.
Yeah, he know.
What does he know?
Yeah, he know this is the Cowboys. It's an easy choice. I don't even know why he pondering it. Like,
No, I'm
See
really no.
I'm saying, Eric, this is what I be talking about. This stuff right
I don't
here.
even know. Like
This is crazy, bro.
He's like looking up like he really thinking about it. Like,
I
bro,
wish you had seen this dude. I wish you had seen this dude 4 days ago, man.
4 days is a long time
We
ago.
couldn't
But I'll
find
tell you, like my daughter told me, don't worry about the past. Look, that's over with. That was a loss.
Can
gotta
Chuck give
win.
his choice?
I'm going to Giants because I feel like you have to depend solely on Parsons. Yeah. You got to remember, I don't even think Schultz might not play.
Okay. So let's go to college now.
Schultz wasn't really used last week either, though. So let's not say him. Let's not.
But he makes a difference just being there. He makes a difference.
If he's on the field, you got to find
he
somebody
makes a
to
difference
cover.
Just being there.
That is true.
It helps CeeDee Lamb out a lot.
He could be. All right, let's go to college. Florida versus Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Okay. And then Clemson versus Wake Forest.
Clemson.
Okay. Those are Chuck's choices. He's got the Bengals, the Dolphins, the Giants, Clemson, and Tennessee. Those are Chuck's choices. So since we got I'm sorry.
This guy here, boy.
Eric, see what I'm saying? Like this dude is
got one loss. He ain't going undefeated.
Okay. At least I'm gonna come to you since you've been so patient with all of us here tonight on Say What Say It Again.
What?
And let me ask you a question. Are the Dolphins and the Giants, are they for real this year?
I think that the Dolphins could be. Just because, like I said, just the last 2 weeks they played a lot better than some might have thought. The Giants, I don't know. I'm not sold on them, so I'm gonna just leave it at that.
All right, James, are the Dolphins and the Giants for real?
Well, we know one answer. Who's not for real?
Why you even have this question?
So the Dolphins, yes, the Dolphins for real. They're gonna make the playoffs. So yes, Giants career over.
Right? Chuck,
they're not gonna make it.
So Chuck, I'm actually gonna split between you and Avery. I'm gonna ask you, Chuck, are the Giants for real this year?
Keep pondering. You know the
right now, but
you know the answer.
I'm going to say no because I don't trust Daniel Jones at all. Not one bit. I don't trust him.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
Avery, are the Dolphins for real this year?
I know Dallas isn't.
That wasn't the question.
That wasn't the question.
Well, that was my answer. I'm sorry.
You go out of the way,
my answer, Miami. I'm kind of like Chuck on this. I like Tua, but I want to see more. We'll see. Give me week 6, 7. We can come back to talk right now. It's a we'll see. I understand about the Giants. I get it. Trust me. I ain't crazy. I ain't James. I'm not James. I'm not delusional. I'm not crazy. Okay. I get it.
Well, I'm glad you know.
So if I have to give my feet to the fire, if I have to give my true opinion based on what I've seen, I feel both teams are for real this year. I really do, even with Daniel Jones. And I know, Avery, you've talked about not having weapons at the wide receiver or can't find a tight end to save your life. But at the same point, a W is a W. And as I told people numerous times, it don't matter if it's ugly. It don't matter if you blow them out or you barely squeak in. At the end of the day, what are we going to pay attention to? Who had the W? Who came away with the victory? And if Daniel Jones can be a game manager and keep y'all in close games and your defense can bend but not break, yes, the Giants could be for real this year. With regards to Miami, I'm going to tell you right now, you got Gesicki, you got Waddle, you got Tyreek. I have said this since preseason.
And the running game.
And the running game. Yes, and the running game. Yes.
You got Devontae Parker. There's a lot of weapons out there, bro.
No, Devontae Parker plays for New England.
I thought, we got rid of him?
Yes.
Yeah.
It all comes down to Tua. Okay? If Tua's confidence is on that next level, what we've seen these past 2 weeks, then yes, I predict that Buffalo is running away with this division, and the Dolphins might. I haven't seen enough to say definitively yes, but I say they might have a shot at getting that 6th or even that 7th seed to get into the playoffs. But if you're asking me after 2 weeks, are these two teams for real based on what I've seen? I'm going to say yes. I feel that both of them have the potential to get to the playoffs this year. Both teams.
So, Eric, if we somehow split with Buffalo, you still think they're going to run away with the division? If we somehow split with them?
Can you ask me that after your second game, or is your second game at the end of the season?
It's probably towards. I'm not sure.
I would have to look that up, because here's what I'm saying too. If Buffalo and Miami play each other between now and Thanksgiving, and then they split, I think then I could say maybe not. But depending on where their matchups fall, I think is going to determine a lot.
Gotcha.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. If I'm Miami, I'd rather play Buffalo early.
Right.
Early.
Yes.
Don't play in the cold. Play them early and let Buffalo come from the cold to the heat late.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we can just look that up. But ladies and gentlemen, let us get to the best segment in all of podcasting. This is the best segment ever. I know there's a top 32. I know there's a top bracket of all of the careers over that this man does each and every week here on Say What, Say It Again. Avery,
man,
I'm excited for what you listen.
Man.
Still one of the best. I'll tell you right now. Still one of the best career overs was when he career overed me. Okay, and I am man enough to say it. I will never forget that. That is probably one of the best segments I have ever watched. That someone has just basically let me have it, and I could not do nothing but sit there and just take it. But career over, Avery. What's up?
Hey James, I'm not on you. You good win. You're off the hook. You're good. You're good. But you're good. All right. Colts career over. I don't know what the hell Matt Ryan doing. I don't know what he doing. He scored no points. Man, they could have got Dan Orlowski in there and scored no points. Bengals career over. They the Bengals. What do you expect? It's the Bengals. Titans career over. You shouldn't got rid of AJ Brown. What were you thinking? Career over. And the daggone Raiders.
I forgot all about them.
Damn Raiders. I mean, Do I need to say anything else? But the whole career was gonna end. Man, that's AFC South is the worst division in football. The whole AFC South career, and I thought we may have the worst of it ever. Bruh, you tie. You got 2 teams. You got 3 teams that haven't won a game, and you got 1 team that's 1-1. Man, career over the whole AFC South. Jackson, Dagonville, Eric's team.
Wait. Ain't my team. I just
top 5, Eric's team.
I said after 2 weeks.
You picked the number 1 team in the world. It's 0-2, 0-2, 0-1-1.
0-1-1.
Come on, man. 0-1-1. No, I think it's 2 0-1-1s and 0-2. Come on, man.
All right, someone tell our producer in the back to watch his lips, man. 4 out of 5 people on this show, NFC East. You know, we gonna pull up on you now.
You already know he one of them grizzly sandwiches. That's why he ain't up here. You already know. He got. I know he eating something.
Hey, really quick, getting back to that Buffalo and Miami.
Oh, man.
Your next matchup is this Sunday in Miami. Buffalo plays Miami in Miami, and then Miami goes to Buffalo December 18th. So that's a week.
That's perfect. Miami goes. Okay,
I'm about to say December.
Yeah,
I went the opposite way.
Yeah.
So if you get that win, you get that first win against the big Miami, you on your way, man. It's hard to play in that heat. What? Hold on. Why do you even run your lips?
Josh Allen is on.
Like you right. Hold on a second. Now, I was gonna let you be today, but
let me be.
Your career has been over for 25 years, and
your career has been over for the last.
No, it's you, man.
It's you, man.
No, Miss Robinson.
You get 2-0 now. You career over everybody.
No. Miss Robinson was very. She's very open-minded. It's you, man.
No, it's you. 2-0 now. You come. You just talking noise about
everybody. Have you been realistic with your team? Have you been realistic with your team ever?
Again this year.
Have you ever been realistic with your team? Ever?
Every year. Super Bowl.
All right, man.
Okay. All right.
Let me go.
That was it. That was it. Alise,
can I get
sports and culture media journalist, Miss Alise Robinson. Thank you so much for being a part of Say What Say It Again. Hey, really quick, can you take just a minute or two, let the people know where we can find and support you, Queen?
Yes, ma'am.
On Facebook, you can add me. I'll comment on the post. You can see because everybody may not know how to spell my name, but it's Daisha Robinson on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. It's Alise Robinson. Everything's there. And if you want to support the Sports and Culture Media page, it's Sports and Culture Media on Facebook.
Appreciate you so much.
James, James with you. That dude. I'm singable.
You got friends like this. Come on, man.
James, we just thankful that your Wi-Fi was working this week.
There you
go.
was
in a stationary location.
I've never seen an Eagles fan like a Giants fan so much, man.
Watch what happens. If he loses, he won't be in his location, bro.
If I lose, I ain't coming on the show next week.
See what I'm saying? This is what he does, man.
Alise, you're welcome to come back next Tuesday because I would much rather talk to you than talk to James. I'm just saying.
Welcome. Oh yeah.
See this, James. I tried to give you a compliment. I really did, man. And you gonna badmouth me? I'm just filling in, bro. Okay. Why you gotta mess with me like I did something?
I was your location there. You ain't Avery. I need y'all location.
So you gonna pull up? You gonna pull up? You pull up
before we will. With your 9 and 8 record. I'm not even. No, you see. I tried to be nice. But see, James Eagle Harris. That's what you gonna do.
I can't take it no more. We're gonna get y'all too. I'm ready, man. Let's go.
Good. We're gonna see
man.
y'all.
Let's go.
Hey, thank everybody for Say What Say It Again.
First, let's start with the Giants, then the Commandos, whatever their name is.
Good night. Thank you very much for joining us. To Alise Robinson, Sports and Culture Media, for Chuck, Avery, James, Ty. This is your man, Eric Wilson. Much love to everybody. Hey, see y'all next week. We out.